Welcome back to Park Talton for the second half of the Intermediate Hurling Final 2022. Rathmolyon Dunderry lead Rathmolyon at half time by 9 points to 8 after a fantastic first half. Referee Bernard Heaney is checking his watches. Jared Ennis, Luke Martin seems to be going in full forward. I think he is. Number 10, Conor Levy's gone middle of the field for Dunderry, along with Donagh O'Leary. Luke Martin has gone in full forward. I think it's a good move in the start of the second half. Maybe Luke get on something to get a goal, maybe?
I think it is a good move, John. It could be a low scoring game, like when they say 8-9 points each team. A goal could be all the difference here. Interestingly, Simon Ennis is gone back to Markham. He's gone into full back. Yeah. That's pulling him out of centre back as well, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Luke is coming out for this free, but he is going into full forward, at least for the first part of the second half.
Yeah, and Dunderry have the aid of the slight breeze in the second half. Luke strikes this one over the bar to give Dunderry a 2-point lead. I think it's a good move bringing Luke in full forward. I see Jerry McLaughlin and Meath hurling stalwart. He's selected with this team with another great hurling man, Jamie Levy, or Tommy Levy, who's Levy's father, and Mark Nolan, a former Boards Millman. The ball is broken. It's broken to Liam Coogan. Liam Coogan is struggling to get into the game. Stephen Mulligan has the ball. He's bottled out by Liam Coogan. Good play from both sets of team. Kevin Mulligan has it now. He comes back. A little pass out to Ben Morgan. Ben Morgan takes on his man. He hand passes it out. Liam Coogan flicks it over the head. Tries to get in his hand. He's the son of Tommy's. Tommy Coogan, a great hurler. Dunderry hurler, married to a Cork woman. The ball goes over the far side of the field. There's a foot race. Conor Dempsey wins the foot race. Conor bends and he picked a big strong man. Conor, cousins of the Dempseys from Trim, Lowman, who won 3 or 4 championships with Trim, and maybe he won one with Killeen as well. Into Luke Martin. Luke Martin doesn't get the ball. It's out to Jared Ennis. Jared Ennis sidesteps his man. Jared has a good pace. He gets his free. Bernard Heaney put up his hand. Maybe he should have given him the advantage because he's getting away from his man. But it's back for a free for Rathmolyon, halfway between the 70-yard line and the 50-yard line on the Mahony's end. So again, a lively start to the second half. Saoirse Buffin and Slew are just taking their seat again. A good diagonal ball across to Ben Morgan. Ben Morgan, a high ball in. Conor Dempsey's in it. A great catch by Conor. Conor hits the ball. It comes out to Stephen Mulligan. Stephen Mulligan drops it. Trevor Haley's over. Trevor misses the pick. Trevor should be getting them. He's a county hurler last year. He should be getting them into his hand. A ball, hand pass over to John Farr. John Farr in his left hand. His first shot at goal, and it's gone to the right, and it's gone wide. I beg your pardon. I apologise to Conor Dempsey. That was Ronan Dowdle that caught that ball and mishit it. It was a great catch, but then he missed it. Jack Fagan's going along with the wind. He hits it out into the space. He's looking for Adam Kelly. Adam Kelly turns his man. And goes by him. His man pulled him down. Bernard Healy gives the free as Luke Martin rushed onto the ball. Maybe Luke wouldn't have got it, so he'd be grateful for the free anyway. Dunderry lead 10 points to 8, 3 minutes into the second half. Luke Martin is taking this one. He's about 33 yards out from the Navan O'Mahony's end. Luke Martin, a dual player, Dunderry dual club. Rathmolyon concentrate on hurling in around the village. Trim and Rathore play tomorrow, both dual clubs. Luke Martin taps that one over. Luke Martin to score a 7-point from freeze. A quick puck out from John Harnan, and it's not a great one. It's caught by Liam Coogan. Liam Coogan tries to scoop it over his head. He's blocked. Jamie Levy comes over. It's in the air. The linesman, who's sporting a lovely tidy haircut and a nice beard, gives a line ball to Dunderry. Or to Rathmolyon, I beg your pardon. Gary Cole there, former Rathmolyon hurler. I think he won senior hurling championships in 93 and 96. I stand to be correct in that, but along with his brother Neely and his brother the great Mickey Cole, one of the best hurlers that Meath ever produced. Mickey was over in Nafina for the last couple of years and very unlucky not to qualify for the quarter-finals of the Senior Hurling Championship this year. There's a bit of grappling going on there with David Morgan, the captain, and Liam Coogan. Just before the sideline was taken, they were looking for a position, the prime position out in front, but Bernard Heaney is wagging his finger at the two of them. This sideline caught to be taken by Ben Morgan. Ben Morgan and David Morgan, I presume the brothers, are two fine young men, two fine athletes. Again, there's a bit of scrappling going on. They're side to side now. Ben, a bad cut after all. That was a bad cut. It's gathered. Ben Morgan hits it. He's fouled after the ball. Bernard Heaney doesn't see it, and it goes straight to Ronan Brady. Ronan's hand pass is intercepted. It's intercepted, and Kevin Mulligan gains a free for Rathmolyon. A free that badly needed. They're 3 points behind. 11 points to 8 to Dunderry with 5 minutes gone in the second half. Bit of a frantic start to the second half, Colin.
Yeah, a bit stop-start there, John. A good number of frees there have been conceded and been given away and stuff. So maybe not quite the flow we saw, at least towards the end of the first half. So maybe to your point, maybe things could be let go a little bit. But it's probably the players in the field that just need to maybe not be hitting as hard. I'm not quite sure. But like you said, I'd like to see the game let flow a little bit. I see the ref is having a word here with...
He's gone over to talk to Jamie Levy and his direct marker, who is David Morgan. And he's booking Jamie Levy. There must be some off the ball stuff. The linesman on this side, who I just don't know, I can't place him. Who's the linesman? Niall Buck from the Nafina club. That's a pointed free from Gary Doherty. Gary Doherty who hits his... It's not him, but Gary Doherty hits his 8th free there. Sorry, 7 frees. 7 frees now, and 8 from in total. A long puck out by Jack Fagan. David Gilson's out, he doesn't gather. Simon Ennis gathered, power and strength, drives out. A brilliant run by Simon Ennis, stays on his hurl. He taps it back to his brother. No, not his brother, it's Ben Morgan. Ben hits left-handed. There's only one man in there, that's John Farley, totally outnumbered and totally surrounded by Conor Dempsey, who grabs it with his left hand, pucks it down the field. Jamie Levy's on the ball. Jamie misses the pick, he shouldn't be missing the pick. A great ball by Conor Dempsey out to Jamie Levy. Jamie went one-handed with the left hand and missed the pick and went out over the sideline for a line ball to Rathmolyon. Jamie Levy should not be missing the pick at this standard. There's 2 points in the game. It's 11 points to Dunderry, 9 points to Rathmolyon. 7 minutes gone in the second half. Sideline cut to Rathmolyon. Rathmolyon playing into the hospital end here in Park Totton. Not a great cut, I'd say. It was a terrible cut. I don't think it even went over the line from captain David Morgan. Very poor. The players just need to settle back into this game. I know, you win at half time, you're coming back out, you're thinking the finish line is 30 minutes away. Will we be intermediate championship? Will we be back up to the senior grade in 2023? That's what both of these teams are looking to achieve here today. And for 2 proud hurling clubs, that's where they want to be and they need to be. They put a lot of work into hurling. So Jamie Levy takes this cut straight in to the Rathmolyon corner back, Owen Downey. Owen Downey gives a hospital pass, I call it, into Kieran Regan. Kieran Regan was very brave, went up high, caught it, but he caught Kieran Brady on the way down. Conor Levy, I beg your pardon, Conor Levy, number 10, wearing the yellow helmet, took a heavy knock, I think, to his shoulder, to his chest. He seems to be in a little bit of distress there. Hopefully Conor is all right. As I said, both of these teams trying to get back to the senior level. Rathmolyon have put a lot of work into juvenile hurling over the last number of years, and it's beginning to pay dividends to have a young, fresh, fit young team. Dunderry, again, a dual club, putting a lot of work into both codes. Dunderry played in the senior hurling final in 2001 and brought Trim to a replay after 2 fantastic games in O'Growney Park and that by refereed by the great Jimmy Henry. So it's a free to Rathmolyon. This will be taken by Jarlath Ennis. Jarlath Ennis, he gives a low diagonal ball into the corner. Gary Doherty, a lovely touch by Gary, taps it into his hand, wearing number 13. He's on the end. Oh, brilliant skill from Gary Doherty. He taps it on the ground, back up into his hand. It deserves a point, but you don't always get what you deserve in hurling. A great bit of skill by Gary Doherty there, but it goes to the right and wide. Jack Fagan, another puck out. Jack steadies himself, he goes long. Jack Fagan's puck out has improved immensely since he was a minor 2 years ago. It goes under Simon Ennis. Simon Ennis gathers it. Simon hand passes it, a lovely hand pass out to Jarlath Ennis, his brother. Jarlath bobs it into the hand back into Jack Payne. Jack Payne, a young man with great pace, he takes his man on, he bursts by him, he comes back, he gives it to Trevor Healy. Trevor with the red helmet. Trevor drops the ball after a challenge, and the ball is driven in, and Luke Martin has it. Luke is up on the burners now. Luke has a look, taps it from his hand onto the stick, he leaves it on the stick, he juggles it, has a look, and a great score over the black spot to put Dunderry into a 12-9 lead after 10 minutes of the second half. A long puck out again from John Harnan. It's blocked down by the Dunderry backline. David Morgan, the captain, has a free. Bernard Heaney is given advantage. It's a free for David Morgan, and I'm sure Gary Doherty come out and take that. Dunderry seems to be getting on top in a lot of areas on the pitch, Colin.
They do, yeah, and if they can get the ball into Luke Martin there. Now, we saw Simon Ennis, he's really after coming into the game after saying he's quiet in the first half. He came into the game there, drove out with 2 balls, but then Luke Martin, I suppose, got that one back, won the ball. Lovely bit of skill from him off the stick. But I do like the way Rathmolyon are playing the ball down the wings a little bit there. They're still not lumping balls in, they're sticking to their method. Maybe they're trying to run the ball through the middle a bit too much, which I don't think is a good idea, because Dunderry have that strength as well. Unfortunately, that one's just gone away from Gary, unlike him to miss that one.
That's Gary's first miss in the intermediate hurling final. Dunderry are sticking to the plan. They have small inside forward, so you don't hit high ball in, and they're doing right by hitting Jack Fagan, another puck out. Jack lands this one nearly on the 21 on the O'Mahony's end. Luke Martin goes for it. Simon Ennis goes for it. It's in. Simon Ennis is looking to get out of this. Simon Ennis comes out with the ball, supporting a black wristband on his left arm. His brother Jared. Oh, he tried to flick it into the hand. It didn't come up, and the brain told the hand to go and pick it up, and he gives away a free to Dunderry. It's not a free you should be giving away at this level, and Luke Martin will relish this one to put his team. They're 12-9 up now. They're 3 points up. They put his 4 points up.
Number 17, Niall Darcy.
Niall Darcy comes in for David Gilkinson, who never really got into the game at all. Niall Darcy wearing 17. Luke Martin puts his team 4 points ahead. 12 minutes in the second half. Rathmolyon need a few scores, and they need them quick. John Harnan drives it long. It's not as long as the first half. It's a great catch in the middle of the field, and I'm sure that Conor O'Shea wearing number 6 into Jamie Levy. Jamie Levy back to Conor O'Shea. Conor O'Shea back to Conor Levy. Conor Levy is tackled by, and out over the line. John Farrell is there. I see Shane Mulligan there, and this will be taken by Ben Morgan. It was a brilliant feeling by Conor O'Shea. Maybe he better judged to hit it into the danger man. Luke Martin inside, Adam Kelly inside, and now Niall Darcy. So the sideline cut is take. John Farrell has a pot shot from all of 66 metres out. He puts it tamely to the left and wild, and Jack Fagan has the ball in hand again. Jack Fagan, he drives a lovely puck out to the far side. It's in front of Adam Kelly. Adam Kelly lets it go by him, and maybe it just went by him. Adam Kelly is grappling for possession. The ball is on the ground. They're working hard. Rathmolyon have hit 10 wides in this game so far. Will that cost them the end again? Jamie Levy is blocked. Tried to hit a John Milan-esque over his left shoulder. Didn't work. He was blocked down. The ball is gathered there by Jarlath Ennis. Jarlath Ennis bursts out. It's not Jarlath Ennis, it's Kieran Regan. Kieran Regan, who having a good game. A great hand pass into Trevor Healy. Trevor Healy's left-handed. He looks over his left shoulder. He's blocked by Conor O'Shea, who's having a great game here. Conor O'Shea blocks the ball down. It comes out to Conor Levy wearing number 10. Conor Levy drives the ball in. Luke Martin is out in front. It hits out the palm. Puts out the palm of his hand. Adam Kelly goes to get the ball. He's tackled. He's pushed out of the way. Simon Ennis. Simon Ennis, a judge to have Throwing the ball again by referee Bernard Heaney, very, very harsh, and that's only my opinion, but I think it's very, very harsh. This could give Dunderry a 6-point lead, 5-point lead. It's 13 points to 9. 14 minutes gone in the second half. Luke Martin is on the 70-yard line and he's dead straight in front of the goal. The wind in his back, slight wind. The wind has softened in the last 10 minutes. So, but Luke this is definitely in his locker. Luke strikes. It's flat. John Harnan had to get a stick to it to guide it over the bar. He didn't take any chances. John is hurrying to take the puck out. Rathmolyon need a score and they need it quick. John Harnan hits it. He hits it long. Conor O'Shea is underneath. I'd say Conor will grab this one. He didn't because Kevin Mullen came in with a lovely stick, but it breaks. It breaks to Darragh O'Leary. Darragh O'Leary one-handed. He hits it 60 yards. Luke Martin's under it. Simon Ennis under it. Simon Ennis is adjudged to a foul. Luke Martin there. The two of them went for the ball. Simon Ennis blocked it down. Luke Martin and didn't complain. I don't know. It was a very harsh decision, I thought. See Bernard Heaney coming over to Gary Cole. Gary Cole is now involved with the Groundies in that by. Bernard Heaney he's raising his voice to Gary, and Gary is just telling him, I don't think that was a free in, and I think I'm inclined to agree with Gary. He gives Gary a yellow card. He gives. I think a lot of frees been awarded to Dunderry here. The ball is brought in 15 yards. Luke Martin wants the man brought away from it. Another handy free, I have to say, to Dunderry, and that's not taken away from Dunderry in any way. Luke Martin should tap this one over the bar to give his team a 15-point to 9 lead, a 6-point lead with 16 minutes gone in the second half. He bends and he lifts and he strikes, and Luke Martin has now scored 11 points, 10 from frees. A sharp hook out from John Harnan. It hits Charlotte Ennis. Referee penalises Rathmolyon again for the sharp hook out. John Harnan had hit a lovely sharp hook out to Charlotte Ennis, who gathered and was turning and going on the run, and Bernard Heaney brought them back. John Harnan again. John goes long this time. It's down. Charlotte Ennis is underneath it. So too is Kieran Regan. Kieran is having a fine game, a nice hurler. Kieran goes short. He hits it into Stephen Mulligan. Stephen Mulligan needs to get himself into this game. He has been in it for a while. The ball is out towards Conor O'Shea. Niall O'Leary. The ball is driven up the field. Luke Martin seems to be coming out a bit further now. The ball is got over the far side by Sean Mulligan. Sean Mulligan gives a bad pass into Simon Ennis. Simon Ennis recovered. It's now with Owen Downey. Owen Downey, a pressure relieving stroke down to Trevor Healy. Trevor Healy's done the ball, and he goes with one hand and he misses the pick, but he's awarded a free. Trevor Healy went for one hand. You know, in those circumstances you have to get the ball in your hand and then do your magic, not miss the pick.
Yeah, John, listen, it's a bit of a poor second half, let's be honest with you. Very stop and start. A lot of bad hurling, like you said, kind of picks been missed, kind of bad striking, bad passing, that sort of thing. But there you are in the ascendancy, 15 points to 9. So, and to be honest with you, John, I find it hard to see where the scores are going to come from for Rathmolyon unless they come from frees. I mean, we see John Farrell there, 39 years of age, you know, a man who was there in 2006, was there when they won the intermediate in 2012. You know, giving high balls into him isn't really going to work. I feel they just need a plan B or something, Rathmolyon. Yeah,
definitely a plan B. There's a man up on our right hand side, Mickey Cole. He's doing the video for Rathmolyon. He's doing commentary on it. Maybe that could be plan B, but that's not going to happen today. Mickey has done his duty for Rathmolyon. He owes nobody anything in Meath hurling. John Farr seems to be coming out further. Stephen Mulligan's gone in the full forward line on Conor Dempsey. Conor Dempsey, a commanding figure at number 3. Bernard Healy's calling over Mikey Dowd. No, it's not Mikey Dowd, it's Ronan Brady. Ronan Brady is going to be spoken to by Bernard Heaney. Bernard Heaney is called in by his umpires. He's calling down Rathmolyon player Kevin Mulligan. I'm going to have a chat with the two of them. I'd say there'd be 2 yellow cards. I didn't say anything there, but that's not to say anything that didn't happen. Jack Fagan is in on the goals with his ball in the hand, ready to go for the puck outs. As Colin said, it has been a very scrappy second half. Squeaky bum time. Lads get, they get rigid and frigid, we say, and things don't come natural. Jack Fagan, his puck out, as I said, has improved immensely since he was a minor goalkeeper when in Ireland B. The ball is gathered. Luke Martin has it in hand. Luke turns. He didn't even look. He hit it over his left shoulder, and he didn't even look. And it didn't work. It went wide. Luke hit that from 51 metres out on the sideline. As you seen there in the video, he hit it over his shoulder. He never looked, and it went wide. Usually, when you don't look, they don't go over the bar. There's 20 minutes gone. 10 minutes left of normal time plus additional time. 15 points to 9 to Dunderry. John Farrell, 41 years of age, misses the ball. The young Levy gathered it. Who's on the ball? It's Brady. Kelly misses. Adam Kelly hits the ball. Goes back out to Kelly. What is going on here? It's a free in. Adam Kelly gained the ball around his man. He shortened the stick. It looked as though it was going into the top corner, hit the post, came straight back out to Adam Kelly. The whistle was blown and it was a free in to Dunderry. Maybe should he let play go?
It's hard to know, John, because maybe when the referee saw the ball hitting off the post, he said, well, that's the advantage gone. Yeah. But the ball was back at Adam Kelly's hand, and he'd probably had an open goal there to put it into. So maybe the referee might have wanted to have that back and let the play flow. But that's the way it goes when you're calling.
My feeling this whole advantage rule is, if you get by a man, you get fouled, the referee puts up your hand. If you have a shot at goal, whether it goes over or goes wide, advantage should be gone. They're giving second advantage by giving, like Adam Kelly, the shot hit the bar. He doesn't deserve any more time. That's my feelings on it. I'm surely I won't change the rule, but that's the feelings on it anyway. It's just a kind of a get-out clause sometimes for referees and for forwards. So the score now is 16 points to 9, 7 points in it, 22 minutes gone in the second half. It's a very stop-start second half. Rathmolyon brought on a sub. Who Rathmolyon?
Number 18, Chris Fitzgerald.
18 is coming on for Dunderry, Chris Fitzgerald, and he's coming on for number 12, who is Kieran Brady. So the game resumes. Rathmolyon need a score. We can't see where the scores are going to come from inside. Trevor Healy is on the ball. Trevor should be in front of the goals. He's out on the wing. He loses the ball. Simon Enns tries to win it. Simon gets the stick. It goes out over the line. If Rathmolyon needs scores, they need the likes of Trevor Healy in front of the goals, getting the ball in his hand, using his pace to get around his man and try and take it from there. Dunderry are in control of this game, 16 points to 9, 23 minutes gone in the second half. There will be additional time, probably the usual 3 minutes. Bernard Heaney blows his whistle again, a sideline puck from the far side of the pitch. As the ball goes into the Dunderry sub, Jack Davis, sorry, I beg your pardon, it's Niall Darcy. Niall Darcy gets on the ball, he hands it off to Don O'Leary back to Darcy. Darcy bends, he's on the ground. Don O'Leary gives him a hand, and Nick Fitzgerald's the far side. Nick Fitzgerald gives I haven't a clue what way that line ball is going in. So I'd say it'll be a throw in, and Bernard Heaney's going to throw it in. So Gary Doherty's lining up for this throw in with not Conor O'Shea. Luke Martin, lovely pick up. Now here's where Luke's pace comes in. Luke goes by his man, hits a high shot. And he hits it wide. Luke probably should have went another bit with that, Colin.
Yeah, we haven't seen too much of Luke really in this second half yet, but he had that chance there. He had a score earlier as well, but you'd normally bank on him to score that one, so maybe just the pressure coming on there, Luke, at that shot.
Yeah, I just thought he should have carried the ball more short, and Hurling tapped it over the bar. Had another wide from Dunderry. That's about 14 wides from Dunderry. 4. Only 4 wides for Dunderry, sorry. Rathmolyon have had 11. So that story tells it all. Dunderry forward backs, Ben Morgan dispossessed Rathmolyon. Jarlath Ennis from all of 60-70 yards. He drives it over and he drives it to the right and wide to hit their 15 wide to Dunderry's 4. I think that's the story that tells its tale. Huh?
Rathmolyon, number 15,
Rathmolyon.
is being replaced with number 31, Jamie Doonan.
One score from play in the second half between the two teams is not a great sign. So another sub, John Farrell, a great stalwart. Rathmolyon hurling is coming off the pitch. Hasn't done his best for his club. Wearing number 15. Would this be the last we see of John? I doubt it. He's a fit looking man for his age. Number 31 come on for him. We don't have 31 in Jamie Doonan come on for John Farrell. .31. So Jack Fagan gets out for another puck out. He's aiming for Luke Martin. Luke Martin goes up. Luke Martin doesn't catch. It's broken down. It's broken down by Ben Morgan. Ben Morgan comes out with the ball. He hits it down to Kevin Mulligan. Kevin Mulligan misses. The sub is on 17 Jack Davis. He's on the ball. It's won in a ruck by Kieran Regan, who's won a lot of them balls. Jared Ennis has the ball. He hits it into his brother Simon. Simon in behind. He didn't get in the hand. Simon wins the ball. Simon has it. He's taking on his man. Simon goes through two of them. He's looking at the referee. Simon taps it over. He taps it over to the sub that's after coming in, number 31, and Rathmolyon end up getting another score to bring the scores back to 6 points down, 16 points to 10, 26 minutes gone in the second half. Rathmolyon need a major, as they say. They need a goal. That's just Rathmolion's second score from play in an intermediate final. That's 8 from frees and 2 from play. Not a great return from your forwards.
Yeah, and just a word there for Johnny Farrell, the only fella on the panel who was there in 2006, and a great servant he is, alright, 39 years of old, as I say. So we do have the substitution there, but Simon Ennis is another man, John, who was at centre back, moved to full back, now he's moved into the full forward line. So let's see if Rathmolyon can get some ball into Simon Ennis, and let's see if he can do some damage in there. Yeah,
they need to hit it in quick and fast into him and try to get into his hand. See David McCormick coming on there for Dunderry. David had a horrific injury early on in the year, and it's great to see a man of his quality and his experience getting onto the pitch to try and win an intermediate medal. David has been a dual player for Dunderry for many years, and a rich reward for his perseverance and his will to come back. Well done, David. A sideline ball down the lane by David Morgan. It's gathered by 17 Jack Davis from Rathmolyon, who gives an overhead pass. Give them the advantage, referee. Ben Davis had given Jack Davis given a lovely ball into Gary Doherty, who had possession of the ball, and maybe he should have given the advantage. Declan Regan now is not happy or Eamon Regan is not happy with the referee for not giving the advantage. There's a Dunderry player down with cramp. He's coming off now. He's cramped up. Number 20 for Dunderry is on. Number 20 for Dunderry is TJ Loughran, and he replaces. We didn't see who's gone off. Gary Doherty, a diagonal ball over. It's a very good ball. It's into Kevin Mulligan. Kevin misses the pick the first time and is out for a 70 for Rathmolyon, and they surely will drop it in.
Number 14, Liam Coogan, has been replaced by number 19, Keane Coogan.
So,
number 20, TJ Olukra.
Rathmolyon get a point from the result in 70. The 28 minutes gone in the second half. It's 16 points to Dunderry, 11 to Rathmolyon. I think so. The ball is poked out by Jack Fagan. He's trying to find O'Leary in the middle of the field. He doesn't find him. It's won by a man that's had a very good match. Ben Morgan at left half back, wearing number 7 for Rathmolyon. It's another ruck. Jared Ennis is over it. Jared wins it. A strong play from Jared. Jared's foul. Yeah, great play by Jared Ennis. Inspirational stuff. Rathmolyon need the ball in quick, but Don O'Leary is going down. He's been picked up off the ground by Sean Mulligan. Sean Mulligan was right. A long high ball in. They're looking for Simon in there. Is Simon underneath it? He's not. The ball breaks. A great little flick. There's a bit of a schmozzle going in there trying to get the ball. There's 10 lads around it. Who's going to come out? The man that comes out with this, the man is still not out. It's still not out. Bernard Heaney decides to blow the whistle. And Dunderry man had the ball in his hand. Number 7 for Dundee, the ball in his hand, Niall O'Leary. But Bernard Heaney is left to throw it in. Conor O'Shea and Jack Davis are going to be in for this throw in. If it breaks the right way, we could have an outstanding finish here. It breaks. Rathmolyon are in. Conor Dempsey comes out. Conor Dempsey clears the ball up the field. Conor Dempsey, the captain. Not the captain, but he's a fair good full back. A good ball in. Rathmolyon are looking for a goal here. Looking for a goal. They're fouled. He's fouled. Luke Martin fouls the 31 out to Jared Ennis. Jared Ennis strikes, and he strikes it wide for Rathmolyon's 15th wide in this game. 15 wides. We're being corrected here as 14 wides, and we agree with that. It's 14 wides. A long puck out by Jack Fagan. Surely now, intermediate champion 2022 is in Dundery's grass. They're 5 points up.
4 minutes additional time to the end of normal time.
Kieran Flynn, the County PRO, has announced that there will be 4 minutes of additional time in the second half. There's 5 points in it. A goal now would leave it an outstanding finish. Rathmolyon are trying to press. Simon Ennis is around the square. I'd be giving them room. I wouldn't be going in and top him. The sideline coach Kevin Mulligan. It's a good one. Simon goes up. Simon doesn't get it. It breaks out, and Aaron Feeney had the ball. Aaron still has it. A lovely little dink up to Dave McCormick, left-handed. David hits a ball into his full forward line that are not there. Jamie Lee is the only one near. He's 30 yards from the ball. John Harnan comes out. John gives one of his trademark long puck, diagonal ball, but it's straight down. And very casual play from Dunderry there. Luke Martin's underneath. Luke missed the pick. Luke is hit, and he's hit by Sean Mulligan as he went down to pick the ball. He should have stood up and tried to dispossess Luke rather than foul him. Giving the foul away at that stage, and you're looking for possession is not the thing to do when you're chasing the game. So Luke Martin will take his time with this free. David McCormick, a fabulous ball, fabulous clearance, inspirational stuff there, but there was no one in there because Dundee are throwing everyone behind the ball now not to let in that goal. They have 2 lads in the full forward line. They have Jamie Levy and they have Niall Darcy. They're in there now. The sun is shining into their eyes. John Harnan has his hand over his eyes. So has Jamie Levy. Luke Martin is taking this free from the far 70. It's a great strike. That's a great strike by Luke Martin. Luke Martin, 80 metres out. 80 metres. Something's after happening off the ball here. Sean Mulligan went up to Luke Martin, and Sean Mulligan ended up on the ground. And the linesman is saying keep quiet. The referee's coming over. I didn't see what happened. Did you see what happened, Colin?
Didn't see what happened at all. I just saw there Sean Mulligan on the ground. Now I don't think there's a whole lot into it because Mulligan got up fairly quickly. So and I think the linesman was confirming there wasn't a whole lot into it.
Heaney now going over to both players. Luke Martin, when Luke Martin has hit him, he's going to get a red card, but it won't make any difference. 33 minutes, he shoved him away. So Fergal Lynch says only shoved, so it's a yellow card. Sensible refereeing. Luke Martin shouldn't be getting involved, so it's short puck out. So it goes back to the goalkeeper, John Hannon. He's going to launch a big one. He didn't hit it. He mishit it. He was trying to burst the stitches off the ball, and he mishit the ball, and only lands on the 50-yard line. It's gathered by Conor O'Shea. Out to Jamie Levy. Jamie hits a long one. He's 85 yards out. It goes to the right and it goes wide, but as they say, the old cliche goes, it's probably as good as a point at this stage. 33 minutes and 39 seconds gone. It's out to the corner back, Robert Ennis. Robert doesn't gather on 2 occasions. He comes out on his left hand. Great tackle there by Luke Martin. Got a stick in for the ball. In fairness, Robert Ennis dwindled on the ball. He should have had it cleared a long before that. Now it is a Rathmolyon ball, but Dunderry are looking for it. Is that not a Rathmolyon ball?
I wasn't watching.
He wasn't watching the game. He's reporting on the game, but he's not watching it. Here we go. So Jamie Levy is going to take this. It looks. Oh yeah, I was right. The referee has overturned it, and it is a Rathmolyon ball. Luke Martin was the last man to get a touch on it. Sideline cut, it's down the line. So 3 players under it. It's out again for a line ball. I'd say it's another Rathmolyon ball. And Ben Morgan will take this way. Number 7. No, Gary Doherty has it. He's after making a bit of a difference for himself. He's going to try and get it in. He kicks a good ball. Straight into the hand. A great. The game is over. The game is over, and Dunderry have won the Intermediate Hurling Championship the first time since 2014 by a scoreline of 17 points to 11. And there's wild celebrations here, jubilant scenes here on the pitch. Conor Dempsey and another 3 lads are having a love in. Jubilant scenes here from the Dunderry, and well deserved. It's great to see, the smaller clubs and winning championships. Dunderry, a great dual club. They're keeping hurling going in Dunderry. And they're a strong football team as well. It's great to see them back up senior. And in fairness, they have a nice young team, a team that should be able to consolidate themselves as senior over the coming years, and then try and go for the big one then. Rathmolyon, hard luck to Rathmolyon. Their heads are down. They tried hard, but we have to say Dunderry were far the better team in the second half. Rathmolyon hit a total of 14 wides to Dunderry's 6. So I think that tells its own tale. A great game of hurling in the first half. The second half didn't live up to expectations, but Dunderry won't worry about that. They'll be looking at this video tonight and wherever they go. See Jerry McLaughlin, he's jubilant below. He's Colin Brendan, the county secretary, is shaking his hand. He's shaking hands with everyone. It's a shake hand fest here with Jerry. Jerry, a legend in the game of hurling in Meath. He's kit man for the Meath senior hurling team since 2007. A job that he has done diligently over those 15 years, and I'm sure he'll be there for a long time to come. Conor Dempsey still having a love in there with Aaron Feeney. There'll be great scenes in Dunderry tonight, I'd say. If you want to have a party, I think you go to Dunderry tonight. You mightn't get over too early. You might get out with life either. But a great victory for Dunderry. Rathmolyon have to go back to the drawing board. Look, I say if you had asked them at the start of the season if they got to the county final, they'd tell you were mad. But they have got the county final, so they have to have another Rathmolyon next year. So a great victory for Dunderry. Colin?
Yeah, John, you have to give Dunderry credit. I mean, they have that physical power, such a very fit team, strong team, really outmuscled Rathmolyon. We probably knew that they would have that advantage, but the question was, would Rathmolyon be able to out-hurl them? And I think the emphatic answer today was no. Dunderry out-hurled Rathmolyon as well. In patches, Rathmolyon did get changed from the rear guard, but really the work that Dunderry have, you can see that has been years in the making. The level of fitness they have, the level of physical strength they have, and the slickness and the strength of their hurling. So all credit to Dunderry, really, really strong performance from them. I think they'll do well at senior level. They have that kind of good blend of youth and experience as well. Rathmolyon, your heart has to go out with them. Put in a huge performance in the semi-final to come out with victory over Kildalkey. Showed some good patches of hurling today. Ultimately, maybe just didn't have that plan B, couldn't get a change out of the Dunderry defence, maybe needed a goal like they got in the semi-final but didn't get it today. So for Rathmolyon it will be heartbreak. There's lads there who have soldiered hard, the likes of Sparky Lynch there and Johnny Farrell and a couple other lads, but all credit to the management team there of Eamon Regan, Gary Cole and Will Baker as well, who put in all that hard work. But it is Dunderry's day, and as John said to Mark Nolan, Tom Levy and Jerry McLaughlin, what a legend of Meath hurling Jerry McLaughlin is. Anyone who's played at county level will know the amount of work he's put in as the stickman since probably 2006 or so, and he continues to do that. So it'll be a special day for Jerry McLaughlin, and one we will remember when he will remember. A quick thanks to Adam Hanley and Hanley's Clean Meals, who is the sponsor of this intermediate hurling championship final, or hurling championship as a whole, obviously the final as well. And a quick thanks to Ideal Bathrooms, who are the sponsor of MeGA TV live stream. We will just hang on here for the final presentation of the Cup, as I'm sure people from Dunderry will want to see it. So we'll hold on for the presentation and for the speech of the captain, who will be, the captain isn't actually listed on the programme, so I'm not exactly sure who the captain is today, who will be accepting the cup here for Dunderry. John tells me here thinks it's Conor Dempsey, and he had a great performance there, particularly at the second half. Good performances all around the field really from Dunderry. Luke Martin is going down. John is going off here. Thanks very much to John. John Andrews is doing the commentary here on live MeGA TV. So thanks very much to John, who's come in to do the commentary for us on the last two games. I will tie you over here until we've done the presentation and the speech. But on the Dunderry team, when Jack Fagan in goals, his pockets are solid all day. When you keep a clean sheet as a goalkeeper, it's always a good day for you. Mickey Dowdall, what a stalwart he's been over the years for that team. Conor Dempsey, as I said, had a really good game. Conor O'Shea came into it in the second half. As I said in the first half, I thought he was a little bit quiet, but came into the game. Fantastic hurler, really. Luke Martin, probably the key man here for Dunderry today. Started at midfield, did well, caught a couple of balls in the first half, drove at the Rathmolyon defence, then went in full forward, caused a bit of consternation then, and maybe crucially, it caused Simon Ennis to have to follow him. So Simon Ennis went on him, and then when Luke Martin went into full forward, Simon Ennis had to go back then and mark him. So maybe just the other effects that not only does that Luke Martin has on the game from his scoring and his running with the ball and his free taking, but also that he drags the opposition out of their normal position. So key man there. Adam Kelly, I thought, had a really solid game, caught some good balls, such a big powerful man. And Jamie Levy on the 40, really great game, and Conor as well, his brother, had an excellent game as well. So good performances all around from the Dunderry team. For Rathmolyon, John Hernan again, a clean sheet for him. The three Ennis brothers, solid performances from them. Robert at wing back, Simon and Jarlath in the middle of the field. Simon in particular again came into that game in the second half, was marking Luke Martin, which was a great battle between them. They both played very well, which I know you could say doesn't make sense if they're marking each other, but they both did have a good game. Kevin Mulligan, I thought, battled really well in the first half. Got on some good ball, but Gary Doherty, he had a really excellent game. I thought he battled very hard, and his free taking was excellent. He did miss one perhaps, or maybe two, but he hit some amazing frees from distance in this game. So what a performance he had. So we'll just wait here for the presentation. All the Dunderry family and friends here greeting the players. Nice moment for them, of course, to share that. Commiserations going to the Rathmolyon players, and then a lot of young lads here just having the crack, which is exactly what they should be doing. But it is Dunderry's day, and I'm sure they'll make their way over to just under the stand here, where they will have the presentation of the trophy. I think Dunderry last won it in 2014, and then before that in 1991, so they will go up into the Senior B Championship. A well-deserved victory for them here today. And Tommy Levy is the manager who has brought them to the senior. A great moment for him and for his management team, as I mentioned, Jerry McLaughlin earlier and Mark Nolan. They're a bit slow getting to the podium here for the presentation. Hopefully they'll get here at some stage. Kieran Flynn there was trying to corral them over, I think, at one stage. They are happy enough to enjoy this with their family and friends. They will have to come over and collect the trophy. There's Kieran Flynn down there with Adam Hanley, the sponsor of the championship. Hanley's Clean Mills there, along with Mark O'Halloran, of course. And as the crowd inches towards the podium, it is Conor Dempsey who is the captain of the team.
Firstly, Colin Brennan, the Secretary of the Hurling Promotion Development Committee. alongside our sponsor, Adam Hanley, of Hanley's Clean Meals. And Conor will now begin the presentation process of the Mid-Leonard Cup to the Dunderry captain, Conor Dempsey.
Conor Dempsey just grabs the trophy there, no time for a photograph, just throws it in the air and jumps for joy. So great day for Conor Dempsey as he captains his team to the Intermediate Championship.
I'd also like to thank the officials and Ireland's officials on the sideline and the umpires who did a cracking job today. I'd also like to thank the ground staff there at Carl Hutchin for having the pitch in such pristine condition for this time of the year. On behalf of both teams, congratulations to Dunderry, but congratulations to Rathmolyon. We'll be back again next year, lads. So without further ado, I want to present the good name to Conor Dempsey.
This time Conor Dempsey does wait for the photograph. I'm sure he'll lift it again. And a great moment for the town of Dunderry.
First of all, I want to thank the ref for the tight good game. Everyone in the park and all stewards, umpires. We've been in there 4 or 5 times in the past month, 6 weeks, and everyone's been in tip-top condition. Just a round of applause for everyone involved. For Rathmolyon, a small rural club that represents absolutely mad about your hurling. I know you as well. No more respect to the club, and I know you'll be back next year. Round of applause for Rathmolyon. Now, the Deputy Trio, Tim Levy, the brains of the operation, Mark Nolan, and Jerry Sotts the Gods. Tim Levy, you've been with me since I was 11 years old, training the whole way up, an absolute staunch Dunderry man, and to win the trophy with today is an absolute privilege. A round of applause for Mark Nolan and Jerry Sotts for your staunch Dunderry men. I'd also like to thank all of our sponsors, Stephen Nally, Super Valley Trim, Gary's Bar Lodge, Ian Darcy, Esther Farm, Conor Cup, and the Ways. I just want to mention one man who was essential to the last time we won a championship 8 years ago, Killy Minogue. Brandon thought of Killy, he's still a driving force behind Dunderry House, and this was for 100,000 everybody else. And to this group of lads, I can't say enough for every single person in this group. We're a small, tight-knit group. But as the year went on, we grew closer and closer. We've had many dark days, but this is one of the good ones, and we will enjoy this over the winter.
We'll leave it there, folks. Dunderry are the 2022 Intermediate Champions. So thank you to Ideal Bathrooms, who sponsors the coverage of the games here on MeGA TV. And thank you to Adam Hanley, who's a sponsor of the Intermediate Championship.